Hello, my name is Maddie Moyer, and for my leadership interview, I actually interviewed my high school ag teacher, and her name is Miss Albritton, and I went to school at North Rand High School in Central Florida. So Miss Albritton actually also graduated from the University of Florida with her ag education degree, which is also what I'm going for as ag education and communications. So she has taught ag education for over almost 25 years now. So I thought she was a really great individual to interview as holding a leadership position and dealing with so many different age groups of children through middle school all the way up through high school, and now working with collegiate students as well. Miss Albritton pushed me to get all my FFA degrees all the way through the national FFA degree. We actually went to Indianapolis last year and got my FFA degree, which was really, really cool opportunity. She was my advisor for over 3 years at North Rand High School, and she pushed me to also be a part of the Florida State horse racing competition team, where I went to Congress and did all kinds of cool stuff like that. So she's really been influential in my life through agriculture and pushed me, and she's one of the main reasons that I am an ag education and a communications major. And she's also advised me through all my youth fair projects through showing pigs and steers as well. So that's why I picked Miss Albritton as my leadership interview person. So during this interview, she seemed super honored to be interviewed by me, I guess because I graduated almost over 3 years ago, and so that's super honoring, I guess, when a student comes back and wants to speak with you and still stay connected and see how things are going, and just talk to her about her leadership position and how she's led so many kids and adults through agriculture. So I don't think what I realized through this was I don't think they realize how much they influence students until after students graduate and they actually come back. So I thought that was really inspiring to come back and see how much she really appreciated me interviewing her. And so other than that, she was super prepared for all my questions about leadership. She quoted the FFA motto and FFA creed several times and referenced it. She talked about how the FFA motto was something that leaders could use even after their time as an FFA member. So the learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve is something that you can do just as an everyday task, and that you can use it in your work field and teach others about it and how to implement it into their everyday life as well. So she also used the terms bold, patient, compassionate, serving, and intelligent. And these were some of the characteristics that she discussed during my interview that really stuck out to me, that she really hit on a lot. So she believes that if you have these characteristics, that you'll be a wonderful leader as well as a great ag teacher. And so she actually also wrote several recommendation letters for me in the past year for scholarships. And a lot of these words she put in my scholarship letters, and it was cool for me to relate it back to this discussion and go back and reread my scholarship letters, reference letters, and see how she used me as an example for these terms. So after the interview with Miss Albritton, I really kind of thought the same about her. She's super respectful. She treats you as a grown adult. She doesn't see you really as a student anymore. She sees you as an advocate for agriculture and wanting to pursue the agriculture field and communications. So I respect her as a leader, as a teacher, as a mentor. And I thought it was super cool how she engaged conversation with me and wondering how I was learning about leadership and how if there's anything that I learned that I could teach her and show her that she could implement back in her classrooms. So I thought that was really cool that she was interested in me being a leadership minor and what I could do for her. And even honestly now, I believe that she's even more of a leader than she was before when I had her as a professor, because she's so interested in my future and what I'm learning to promote agriculture and how she can benefit from it as well. So Miss Albritton also said many things that inspired me and stuck with me, and I wrote some of them down, and I wrote down 3 key statements that stuck with me the most. And the first one was, my work after school hours is never done, just like your work as a leader is also never finished. So pretty much what she meant by that is even though her work hours might be 9 to 5, there's still students that need to be taught how to work with animals, animals that need to be fed, things that need to be cared for, pastures that need to be mowed, or manure that needs to be spread through pastures. So pretty much, even though 5 o'clock comes, your work's not really done. And just as a leader, even though you're not at work, you can still take the time and reach out to somebody and be a leader to them and show them that you care about them and how important it is to stick up for yourself and stick up for others as well. So the second thing she said is money and fame is not everything. Sometimes simply investing in someone else's life where no one else would is just the right amount of fame. So pretty much what that meant is that she's had a lot of students over the years that come from low-income families or weren't able to support themselves financially and be able to have their own animals and show in our local youth fair. So the FFA is really a place for them to come and show their animals through the chapter and have that learning experience. And meet individuals in the agriculture community and get support through them. So simply investing in someone else's life where no one else would is just the right amount of fame. For her, investing her life in teaching ag is enough amount of fame no matter what the money is. And the third thing and final thing she said that really stuck with me is young leaders like you can change more than your young minds believe. So pretty much reaching for the stars and really the sky's the limit is what she meant by this. And that even if you can't think it, you can achieve it. So just reaching past what your goals, and if you meet your goals, to continue to shoot for farther. So these quotes really gave me so much encouragement as an ag education and communication major with a minor in leadership development. So I have learned a lot from Ms. Albritton through the last 7 years, even through high school and now in college. I keep in touch with her regularly, and I thought she was a great person to interview for this leadership interview. And I hope that you have enjoyed this, and thank you very much.